It's the Harv and Jace show.
Ooh, when you see a red light, dance. What's going on, man?
It's on.
You're looking good.
Yes, the
I
hat
love
is
it.
back by popular demand.
Yes, I forgot about that hat.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. Looking sharp, my friend.
Yes.
And you can
Hey,
see,
hey.
yep.
We got matching tomahawks.
This is eerie.
Wow.
Eerie.
No, we don't even plan this stuff.
Want to hear something? That's right. That's how in sync we are.
Yeah.
In sync.
Yeah.
But think about it. Snipe, too. I was just looking at their video on YouTube. It has 666 views.
Ooh.
That doesn't mean anything, but.
Spooky.
But the tomahawk right here, baby.
Yeah, man.
Senior men's.
Yes.
Look at this now.
Sweet. That's a nice shirt.
Yeah. The team got these. There's our practice shirts before the games, right?
Yeah.
But they're beautiful.
Yeah,
the only thing I would have liked is get the name and number on the side. Sometimes they see those.
Right pro.
Yeah, that's pro.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Oh, not much. Just chilling.
How's your week going?
This started a little slow, some health issues, I guess.
Oh, damn.
The kidneys and stuff.
Yeah.
Like our fellow homie Carmen.
Carmen, yep. Helen
back from out west there.
Yep, Juno nominated
Yeah,
rapper.
he's looking to fundraise for him and his family because he's going through stage 5 kidney disease right now. So
and he's got a big family.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yep. GoFundMe, so check that out.
Yeah, so if you could help him out, I got a link on my page. I think we got a link on the Harv and Jace
we will.
page as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so check that out. And another friend of mine, Charlie Sky, who had a stroke recently.
Wow.
He's doing a fundraiser, like a 50-50 draw. And
Awesome.
Also an edible basket for adults on the side. So if you're wanting to support that and possibly win a prize, hit my Facebook page up or our buddy Adrian Miller's Facebook page up.
Awesome. That's great.
And a condolence
for
to
sure.
all the people out in our community.
They're
this
grieving
week
right now. A
with,
lot of people are grieving,
some
man.
losses in the community.
Some big families, the Porters and
Yes, the
Adams and Jacobs. So to all you guys grieving, man, Harv and Jace, just want to say rest in peace and just bless your families and prayers for your families, just for strength right at this time.
Condolences from us.
That's right. I don't know, man. I feel pretty good.
Yeah. Other than that, it's
Yep.
the sun is shining.
Yep, and I'm watching a lot of sports. I've been hanging out and just kind of getting our ideas going for the show a little bit more, and I'm trying to think about how to do a concert. I want to do a live thing, man, soon. I'm getting the itch to do some music, dude.
Yeah, live music.
I want to sing.
Seems like it's been a
minute
since anybody's done anything.
Right? Even just to get a guitarist here and jam some popular cover songs or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just for fun.
Right.
Did you see Joe Biden's been he's been pretty busy since he's the president now.
Just a signing away.
46 executive orders in the first 10 days in office. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's a lot of business.
That is.
Isn't that nuts?
He's doing his job, I guess. He's undoing a lot of wrongs that were done, and then he's just doing some stuff that should have been done a long time ago.
I think that's crazy. He come in there and it's nice, man. I think that's what builds trust, right? Coming and getting right to work. He's not on Twitter. He's at work, right?
He's not golfing,
done. Right?
Like Donald Trump was a couple days in office and he's already.
He's golfing most of the time, right? It's crazy. He's doing everything from environmental regulations to social safety net, U.S. participation in the multilateral global order, and a ban on transgender in the military. He's been overturning all these things, So it's kind of crazy. He's off to a strong start, though, sitting at 68% of Americans feel Biden will propose policies that are very likely to help the middle class, which is a better score than Trump or Obama ever got.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
Well, that's very optimistic of them, so hopefully he can pull through on their...
Right. When do you ever get almost 70% of people in one section, right? It's usually 51%, right?
Right, so maybe 55, 45.
But 70 are, that's huge. So good for him. I hope he can keep that up, right?
Right.
A report out of the New York Times is saying that while the rest of America is struggling with finances, mental health, like we talked about, the wealthiest people added another $1.1 trillion to their bank accounts.
Oh, man. It's the rich getting rich and the poor staying poor. It's
Isn't that crazy?
That old song.
I don't know, man. It's just nuts. American billionaires have seen their wealth grow by 40%, while everyone else is like struggling and their savings account are just shrinking, right?
Right.
I don't know. And that's what makes this next
It's
story.
like the big businesses, right? Like Walmart, the big box stores, and then the small businesses who have to close down.
And then Amazon.
And Amazon is taking over the
Everyone's
world.
getting that itch. You want to shop, but you can't leave. So what are you going to do, right? Go on Amazon, eBay, Kijiji.
Online shopping,
things, right?
I kind of like that curbside pickup stuff.
Right.
Like you don't got to go.
Pretty convenient.
Yeah, I don't. Not a big fan of going into the malls and stuff, but
and they load it right into your car.
Yeah.
You don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
Making them earn that moolah. It's just kind of crazy about the money, though, because did you hear what happened with the Reddit guys and the big hedge fund guys in Wall Street?
The GameStop stuff?
That was huge, man. It freaking cost the rich heads, these rich people who make a living out of crushing businesses. Like that's they just keep an eye for these. Like they thought GameStop was going to be, which is a popular video game store.
Like kind of like a EB Games type of thing for
they thought it was going to die out because everyone's buying digital now, right? So they were trying to sink it and bankrupt it with their tactics, right? But this Reddit, the co-founder of Reddit did a post and he got all these Reddit people to start buying GameStop stock.
Right.
So and what it did is balloon their value, right? And it,
like by 1,000%.
like a lot,
something.
like so much, dude. Like those billionaires lost $15 billion. Wow. $15 billion.
Which is awesome because, you know, it's kind of them getting a taste of their own medicine.
It was because check this out. They borrowed real low because they were going to try and bankrupt them. So they borrowed all those shares, those hedge funds, real low, dude. They borrowed them, didn't even buy them, and they were going to pay them back later. And so then what they do is then they go sell them and get as much as they can for them, pay back, you know, and keep the difference. And that's what they try and do, and that's what crushes businesses, right? So they went and borrowed all these things, and right after all these hedge funds borrowed them, these Reddit guys went and sent that stock through the roof. So that when those guys had to pay back it was like they lost $50 billion. That's the best thing I ever heard, man.
Right.
And what's that?
And I think they tried to do it with silver.
Right.
Like
and also an airplane, like airline too. They were doing a bunch of different stocks now where they're exposing these hedge fund guys.
Which is awesome, you know. It's like taking these rich bankers that control the world and, you know, putting them to task.
And then they do what you think they're going to do. They whine and stop. They stop. They weren't even allowed it to be traded anymore. Like the big rich people.
Yeah.
They stopped those traders and they weren't allowed to buy stocks
It's like
anymore.
kids playing a game and they say, oh, no, okay, game's
only we
over.
Can win.
Only I can win.
That's right. Only I can win. As soon as these average Joes start winning, they stopped it. They actually stopped it. Like, I can't believe it. That should be illegal.
It should
You know what I mean? They're allowed to bankrupt and crush businesses. But as soon as a little guy like me and you, they said this one kid, it was a kid, man, made, he put his $60 in at GameStop when that happened. His $60 shares, like, turned into like $11,000. 11-year-old.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
I wish I was privy to all this, man. I would have invested.
We didn't know until after it was over, right? But this dude too, he turned 50K. He bet 50K on it. He got $11 million.
Beautiful.
$50,000
That's
investment.
a nice turn, you know.
And this is just average Joe. That's probably his life savings. He just took a risk, you know, and said, you know what, now's my time to get back at the rich guys. And those rich guys actually had to give up some money for once. $15 billion of their money went into actual liquid money. Went into
that is awesome. That's almost like Robin Hood stuff.
Funny you say that because the trading company was named Robin Hood.
Right. the app or whatever.
The app, that you buy the. It's crazy. So I just think that's wild, man. Canada's CERB, this is also wild. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They released a report saying they dished out over $630 million to teenagers.
Oh, to be young again.
15 and 17 years old, man.
Yeah.
Who are just at home not going to school.
They probably seen the number, call the number, and then all you got to do is press a couple of things, and if you're eligible, send your name and
like
bang.
5 minutes process. But,
as long as you had a social insurance
that's
number.
what I was going to say is like, Mom, do I have a social insurance number? Yeah, of course it is. Go look it up. And then you don't know what he's doing.
And then bang, $2,000 every month for like 4 months.
Damn right. It's probably over 20 grand now that kid's getting or whatever, right? It might have been 12 grand before it changed to CRB. I don't know if they could do it then, but they might be able to. I don't know.
It's insane, some crazy stuff. Like the government that's a good thing they were doing to help people out, but it seems like it's biting them in the ass now.
320,000 high schools, 15 to 17 high school students.
And you know they was balling.
You know they were balling, man. You know they got good shoes and a hat rack. You know the guys, anyways. We love our hats, right?
Oh yeah.
Details have emerged about why Canada's former Governor General, remember we talked about resigning a few weeks ago, the Governor General of Canada, amid allegations. Some of the allegations included her yelling and screaming, aggressive conduct, demeaning conduct, and public humiliation of her employees, man, and staff. Workers described the condition as like poisoned and toxic. Out of 93 staff members, only 10 like had a neutral or positive.
That's terrible.
Report on
terrible
her.
numbers, you know.
83 of them said
nobody wants to work for a bumhole.
Wow.
You know?
And you're forced to if they're in that position, right?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, man, but it's so nice to all these people are starting to get, like, even the rich people in Wall Street, they're getting a taste of it, of some justice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
it's kind
things
of crazy.
are turning around, like, kind of for the better now.
That's good.
You know?
Because it seemed like our moral compass in this world was getting, like, no holds barred, right?
Yeah.
We don't want that, man.
Like, we were getting beat down by our oppressors, and now it's time
we need to we need to
change.
win.
Yeah.
And there's some big stories going on in like India. See the farmers are protesting.
Yeah.
So make sure you research on that. That's a breaking story. So we'll have more details on that next week. But
next week,
because I want to dig into it a bit. But it's so important that things are happening around the world, and we're part of it too. Indigenous people with land back and stuff.
Right.
Which is like still is sitting over there, and it's still
200
idle.
days now.
Yeah, and I feel like going to Ottawa and saying, Justin Trudeau and Carolyn Bennett said, come outside in the cold here and just say, stay here now. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Until you talk to them, just stay outside here and by the fire and build yourself a little shack.
Get something
You guys sit out
resolved.
here while they're sitting out here, and then see how you feel, like waiting for this. They're not sitting like that. They're in their plush mansion, right?
Right.
Getting served hand and foot and private jets. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like they need to humble themselves a little bit and
Their
get
priorities
down there.
are totally whack.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
need to get down there, man. Be accountable.
Yeah.
If that's my position, I won't hide.
They've been hiding for far too long.
Yeah.
They won't sit at the table or get to where they need to get to
Right.
negotiate these things.
If I was Carolyn Bennett, I'd be like, Justin, you hired me to do this job, and if I can't go and talk to these people on your behalf, that's what it is. She doesn't have the power, right? Justin does, the
Right.
prime minister.
He's the guy who gives her the
He has to
go-ahead.
give her the orders and say, only go this far, do this, right? But none of that's happening, and I can't believe it. 200 days. That's almost a full year. Like it's getting ridiculous.
We're
dude.
going to get to a full year more than
Yeah.
likely before they actually sit down and do something. Because
Right.
even like they've opened the roads,
Right.
but yet the road's not even open yet.
Right,
Because
they're fighting about who should fix it.
right.
It's like, come on, man, fix it. You guys, like, Canada's like owes us trillions of dollars.
Right.
If it costs $20,000 to bring a tractor in and fill that hole in, like, take it out
Take
of
it off the
your
bill.
golf bill,
Yeah.
Justin Trudeau. You know what I mean, or whatever. Your private jet bill is pretty high
Right.
too, right? We need to end this. That's all I'm saying. We need to
Yeah.
end this. They need to step.
They
up.
need to resolve it.
Step up. The 22-year-old American poet, I don't know if you've seen this during the inauguration.
Yeah.
Amanda Gorman recited an original poem called The Hill We Climb on Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
She has just signed a modeling deal with IMG, which will provide like numerous opportunities, including editorial work and endorsements. That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah, good for her. She's a young lady who seems like she's got the world in her hands now.
Right. And it was this moving poem, right? And to do it in front of the whole world like that in inauguration and do it so classy and
Yeah. She seems like she's a strong,
yeah.
proud woman.
Totally.
So she'll get
So
far in
that's
life.
amazing. So yeah, that's really darn cool. John Harrington became the first Native American astronaut in space. Did you hear this?
Yes, I did actually. From
thir-
Oklahoma.
Yep, that's right. A 13-day space shuttle mission to the International Space Station, a trip including 3 spacewalks for Harrington, totaling nearly 20 hours. And he's a member of the Chickasaw Nation.
That is so cool. As a young man, I wanted to be an astronaut,
Right?
but the closest I ever got to the cosmos is just a mind full of psychedelics.
That's a win for all Indigenous people, don't you think? You know,
Yes.
when your little kid can say, I want to be an astronaut when I get older, you can say, you can totally do that because it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the biggest thing for me when people succeed as Indigenous people,
Right.
because now there's precedent. So now you don't have to dream.
Yeah.
Can I do this? It's being done. Of course you
That's
can.
right. Always raise that bar.
Yep.
You know?
Dang right. And we're going to continue to do that, right?
Right.
And so that's great. Members from the World Health Organization are in Wuhan for 2 weeks investigating the origins of COVID-19 because there's a lot of misinformation going on, right? And
Right.
And what it does is cause a lot of confusion around the world, and it makes people like, almost a little bit like racist towards each other too.
Oh, man.
Like we don't want that. We want the real.
You see that far too often, like
they use it as
especially
an excuse.
like with us in the land back thing, the skewed media we
Totally.
get, and then people hate on us because we're terrorists
They push
for
the
defending
views,
our land. Like anytime, like same with people hating on the Chinese because of Wuhan.
Which is wrong.
Yeah, so 9/11, people were hating on Muslims.
Yep,
and that's
Al Qaeda, which is,
and that's terrible.
Did you see the Proud Boys got added to that terrorist name list now? The Proud Boys.
That's good.
So they can't wear those things and doing the Proud Boy stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Terrorists in Canada.
Yeah.
So that's rightfully so.
Yes.
And so that's really cool. So they're in there. And the team will visit hospitals, labs, markets, including Wuhan market, which they said it came from, that meat market.
Yep.
The Institute of Virology, and the Center for Disease and Control, which was another rumored place that COVID started because they were working on all different kinds of bat COVID, 19, bat coronaviruses they were working on. But so I hope they get the facts out there because, like, there was also, remember we talked about a possibility that it came from the UK to that Wuhan meat market, right? So we just want the facts. We want to know what's real.
Where it originated.
Yeah.
Like there's so many conspiracies and everything out there, right? So let's just get the facts.
Get the facts. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're about.
We're going to get the facts sooner or later, friends. This is really cool news. It seems like there's positivity. You see how nice and sunny it is out lately? Yeah. And we're getting so close. The kids are getting sent back to school February 8th. If you're not in Toronto.
Yeah. I'm not sure how cool that is. Because, but we're not, the numbers are going the numbers are getting down.
They're like 1,500, 1,200 now.
Yeah. So that's a good thing.
Right.
But, I don't know.
It'd be nice to get them back to work.
I'm just glad I don't have children in school right now, so I don't have to make this decision.
Yeah. But from what I see, like a lot of people are excited that the kids are going back because I guess from what I can see, the kids are they're getting like mental issues and they're getting like they want to get outside, right?
They want to do something like sports, school, anything.
Yep, that curriculum, right?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of crazy because it sounds to me like within days the Ontario government is also going to start opening up things again where we can go to hairstylists and restaurants. And
I believe Monday there's going to be an announcement.
Awesome.
I've seen Doug Ford said Monday. I'm not sure what's going to start opening up.
Right, because I need a haircut.
Keep your fingers crossed.
I need a haircut badly. So that's really cool. So that's positive. At least let's get people must be doing their jobs,
Yeah, I know the numbers are getting down, but they're still. But still not where we want them.
They're not where we want them, and also we got to be careful about March break coming up. Please don't travel. You 1.2 million.
I know they banned the international travel now into Canada, and
they're making it extremely hard on people coming back into Canada now.
Yeah.
They're just forcing them to go to a hotel until their tests come back positive.
Yeah.
Even if they have a test coming in, Canada's being super strict right now,
and
rightfully so.
They should have implemented this months ago.
Last month, man. Oh my goodness! I don't know why they just did it now, dude. It's insane. Yeah. Canada's Wonderland is planning to reopen May 14th. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
It's wild, man. Canada's Wonderland.
I seen you have to schedule a time.
Yeah.
It's going to be better for lineups, obviously, because it's going to be so limited for space, though. You're going to have to get in there early.
Yep, exactly. And you have to download this mobile tracing app, so they're going to keep an eye on who was all there. And so if anything happens, they can instantly app these guys and say, hey, isolate. You might have been exposed type, and face coverings, hand sanitizer, and the social distancing on the the roller coasters and stuff. So I guess they're going to be spaced out, the cars and stuff. So I don't know. That's cool, though.
I'm going to try to get there.
That's optimistic.
I will try to get there.
That's awesome. Canada's Wonderland is being the first big company to say, let's go. Yeah. Let's go.
Well, I know Disneyland and the stuff in the States last year, they were trying to stay open for as long as they possibly could. And they're like, no, just you got to shut it down.
You got to shut down, man. A woman from the UK was left a little red-faced after a live interview on BBC.
Oh,
did you see this?
Yeah, I did.
It was like her little mantle in the back. She's
just like her a little snipe man.
Just like this. In the same place our snipe man is. She had a flesh-toned dildo sitting on her bookcase while she did a live interview on TV. What is up with that?
BBC.
The BBC. And if you were interviewing her, we wouldn't probably be able to see it, right? Because this monitor and everything's so far away, we wouldn't know.
Right.
That's what.
Right. Yeah.
And it's live too.
What was going through her mind?
I don't know.
Just
I know.
leave
Why do
it
you
there.
parade it so proudly? You know what I mean? Like, come on. But they even talked to her mom. It's hilarious. Her mom was just like, I don't see a big deal. She's a grown woman, right? So it's like, yeah, that's true, right?
Just leaves her dildo
Just
laying
proudly,
around.
yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Things people do.
Just gotta be careful with those things, lady.
You gotta have an eye for the set. Take a look at your surroundings, please.
People are so observant.
Be aware. Especially on the internet, man.
Oh, yeah.
They'll spot anything.
Like even on
man.
our show, like Janet's always seeing the orbs and stuff. Right?
Yeah. Right?
So, yeah.
And then you got to keep an eye on all our stuff. Look at our Captain Chucky's hat up there again.
Nice.
Just got to need something right over there again where I took that that Christmas sign out.
Yeah, we'll get something going.
Let's
soon.
fill that up. Now's a good chance to thank our subscribers and people for watching, man. We're doing really well. Like it's doing really great. Like our show is like Facebook's doing really well. We have over 800 followers on Facebook now. Like that's growing really fast, dude.
I actually put it out there that I would like to test some cannabis strains.
Right. And other things.
Some other things. Anything really. Food.
Yep.
Vacation spots.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
yeah, anything.
anything really. But we got hits back.
We got to do a
some
Harv's
dispensaries.
reviews. Yeah, like a Harv's reviews.
So yeah, hopefully next week
Shoot
I'll
some
come
like
back
little
with,
specials
with a little clip of me and possibly you testing some
in your dispensary.
some local stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just really excited that you guys subscribe and watch and like and share. Like it's so important to us. Make sure that you become a member at harvandjace.com. And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and like us on Facebook too, because
Like it a lot.
Because Facebook is not just our videos, right? Like we share like funny memes and stuff. We try to have a little humor on our Facebook page.
Yeah, we try to, keep we keep it PG.
We
somewhat.
keep it PG, but
Somewhat.
funny. But so we want to thank Miracle Mans for sponsoring our show. We're just so thankful for these guys.
And look forward to seeing this spot opening soon.
Yeah, it looks like they're making progress down there, eh?
Chiefswood Road in Oswego.
Totally Miracle Mans, and they have a huge special going on for the Super Bowl this weekend.
Yeah, some wings.
4 pounds for $30, which is unheard of nowadays.
Can't be beat.
Can't be beat. So make sure that you get some wings from Miracle Mans on Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl.
Which is the Kansas City versus
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It's crazy. I love it. The legend versus the new goat. They're like old goat versus the new goat.
It's going to be a good game, I think, because it's two pretty good teams. It's two great quarterbacks, that's for sure.
And Sammy Watkins might be back. He was injured this whole time, which is one of the best receivers on their team too. So we'll see what happens there. But it's just crazy. Like if Brady wins, like this big legacy it's amazing. You can't write it better
it's
than
so
that.
hard to bet against him.
To leave from, the Pats and then go there and everyone thinks, they're not going to be good. You know what I mean?
Right.
All of a sudden he takes them to the show. And if he can make them win, like, it's crazy, dude.
Right? It's hard to argue against that. You
Right.
know, like, I'm not a Brady fan,
Right.
but you can't argue numbers.
Right.
And you can't argue Super Bowl rings.
But if he loses, then it's awesome story as well because Mahomes, the young guy, winning back to back.
And it's handing a torch over.
Right.
Almost.
And no one's went back to back championships until was Brady back with the Pats. So it's like it's all these great storylines. So we don't know what's going to happen.
Hollywood script.
I think a lot of people are excited about this one, more so than I've seen in especially around Six Nations for Super Bowl. We're big sports fans, but it just seems like to be more hype right now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game actually.
The Super Bowl boards are flying out, boy.
Yeah.
I got on a couple of them.
I'm on the Cap and Chucky's one anyway.
I'm on one and it's the worst. I got the worst numbers, 4 and 4 both ways. 4 and 4. That's so stinky.
Oh.
Come on, man. That's my bad luck.
Might as well give you a 1 and 1.
1 and 1, no. 8 and 8.
Yeah.
I was that guy.
Yeah.
But I pretty much donated my money then.
Right.
I wanted to mention that the Junior C Six Nations Stealth, they still might have some squares, Super Bowl squares. So
awesome.
Get a hold of Jason Henhock.
Okay.
Yep. And so if you want to jump on that, they might be gone, but they're going fast. All these boards are like getting zoop, zoop.
I just got to look on Facebook and
get in on the fun. It makes it more fun, right?
We should have had one going.
I know. We should have had a Harv and Jace one going. Holy moly.
Dang.
We could probably still do it.
Yeah.
They probably sell out in a few days.
There's some
Just to
gamblers.
buy you a nice hat, like they look like a presidential hat with what? make $1,000, we'll just buy you $1,000. That looks like something the Queen would wear. Like no one would wear that. That'd be amazing. Absolutely ludicrous, wasteful money.
Yeah, but it's worth $1,000 bucks.
It's worth $1,000. A lawsuit in California is alleging that the tuna in a Subway sandwich is anything but tuna. Did you see this?
Yeah, I heard.
They claim that that an independent lab test of multiple samples taken from different locations called it a concoction that does not include tuna, but a blended just to look like tuna.
It's actually kitty cat.
It could be cat food. It's kitty cat. But wasn't that weird?
Man.
It's almost like hot dogs maybe then with all the different entrails and stuff. I don't know.
Lips and assholes.
Yeah. You could be old-fashioned.
Right? Who knows?
Some Subway says the tuna is wild caught and that the claim is without merit, but we'll see what happens because that's huge, man. That's going to be in the courts, right? So they're going to have to prove it's tuna. I
remember they had like a few years back, they had something with their bread too, that there was something in their bread that wasn't
crazy, eh?
Wasn't supposed to be in bread.
I don't know, man. It's those scientists creating our food, right? So we got to be careful with
genetically modified
food,
stuff. Yeah.
A woman in Slovakia foiled a freaking robbery in the most it's almost unbelievable.
Foiled.
You love that word or what?
Yeah, I like that.
Foiled it. The robber was trying to rob this store, and this girl just all of a sudden dropped to her knees and
foiled him
and start giving him oral pleasure until the police got there. Isn't that nuts?
That's insane.
This is insane. Foiled him, folded him like an auntie.
Yeah,
I just think this is hilarious. Her first instinct was like, I need to drop to my knees and make this happen. I don't know. It's just crazy. I just thought that was nuts. Like, what a story.
Yeah. She saved the day.
She actually did.
Yeah,
she actually be called a hero because he was like threatening to kill the guy working behind the. I don't know. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what to say.
She took one for the team.
She took one for the team, and that guy got arrested. And I don't know, man. This is the world, man. Mm-hmm. We just report the facts.
That's all.
We don't make this up, man. I don't know. Good on her, though. She saved the day, brah. According to a forecast by UK-based Economist Intelligence Unit, Canadians will have to wait 6 months longer than America and Europe to get vaccinated.
That's insane.
That's
because they are like Canada's paid for.
Yeah, so much up front.
Everybody in Canada several times over, I hear, to be vaccinated, and yet they're still haven't received.
Yeah, but the people they ordered from are like withholding from Canada because they're trying to feed like the states first, and the other ones in
the big money countries,
UK,
really.
Yep, UK. So they're trying to get there, and they're saying, oh, there's processing issues and whatever their excuse is. But
it's just money. That's when it boils down to it. It's all big money. Like Israel is where the big money is.
Right.
That's why they got everything.
Dan, they're like 56%.
And then America is where money is. Yeah. So they got it. I'm sure Saudi Arabia, they got her.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Canada ain't got money, so you ain't getting it.
Yep. So they say like that. Yeah, exactly. The middle income countries being delayed, like even worse than Canada until 2023.
Right.
And lower income countries 2024. But they said 6.4 billion orders from rich countries is causing the delay. That's like you said, they want it all. They don't want to share. Finally, like all these things Canada's doing is like a year late because now they're building a factory to make their own vaccine. Now.
Yeah.
Like why weren't they doing this, man?
They should have been doing it. Like I know, wasn't Canada the guy from Canada, the one who invented insulin, or something? You know, like there could have been somebody working on something in Canada that was Canadian made. We could have been selling our vaccine to different countries. Yeah, it shouldn't have been
just UK and the States and working on it. Like Canada should have been working on it too, right?
Yeah,
and they're not even...
There's some like great minds in Canada that could be benefiting us.
It's crazy, but they're just kind of behind the 8 ball. A London, Ontario man broke the Guinness World Record for eating 3 Carolina Reaper chili peppers.
Ooh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
This is insane, man. In under 10 seconds. The man had a hard time, but according to Guinness, the person needed to, the peppers needed to be 5 grams, and they had to have a certificate that they were Carolina Reapers, which are the hottest pepper on the scale, which they measure heat, right?
The Scoville
Yep, the Scoville scale, yep. But there's this scale, and they're the highest one. Like, for example, like a jalapeno is like 24 to 8,000 on that list. SHO, they call it.
Yeah.
The Scoville heat units. Habanero is about 100,000 to 350,000. Ghost pepper is like close to $1 million. But this Carolina Reaper is up to 2.2 million SHO.
Wow.
So it's like,
and he ate 3 of them.
Could be double hot of a ghost pepper, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ate 3 of them.
His butthole probably hates him.
In under 10 seconds. So you just got to go boom, boom, boom.
He probably had to freeze his toilet paper.
That's crazy.
And like down milk or something, because like you can't drink water when you eat hot stuff.
Or make himself puke it up after it. Ooh. But then you'd have that hot all the way up through your esophagus, which might rip it out.
Yeah. Like I enjoy hot food to a degree.
That's crazy.
Not that many degrees.
No, that's insane.
Yeah.
I like all these Guinness people. We're talking about the Guinness records. They're always doing this crazy stuff, man.
Right.
Like, come on, do jumping rope or something.
Yeah.
Like, come on, something nice. I don't know. It's crazy, but that's cool. He said he had to build up like a tolerance over time, obviously, like bit by bit. But still, that's insane, dude.
His stomach is gonna be
it's crazy
hurting, man.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Like
that's
ulcers
not a long,
or something.
Not a long career doing that, man.
No.
There's a lot of crazy names out there, man. If you like Google crazy town names, it's like you wouldn't believe the kind of stuff that's crazy, man.
Right.
It's like almost like that Schitt's Creek show. Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek got nominated for 5 Golden Globes.
Yeah, so all the actors were nominated for
amazing.
Their parts.
That's later in February. It's coming up, so watch for the Golden Globes there. That's really cool. Good on them. Canadian show. Yeah. Eugene Levy,
Dan Levy.
Crazy Catherine O'Hara, Canadian like icons. Speaking of Dan Levy and Schitt's Creek, remember when he encouraged people to join him for that Alberta
Indigenous
University
Studies course?
Yeah, it turns out 200,000 people did.
Wow, that's awesome.
That didn't know anything about Indigenous stuff, just loved Dan Levy and followed him to this Indigenous Studies course that Alberta's offering. And 200,000 people now got a beautiful...
now they got some introspect and they're educating themselves.
12-week course, too.
Yeah.
So imagine how much you could cover in 12 weeks.
That's awesome that he used his platform to help other people educate themselves that way.
And he could be using it to like benefit himself over and over again. But to do that, man, what a great thing. We need more.
That's for you, Dan Levy.
That's rattle-worthy. Yee! So that's going to give him good mojo for the Golden Globes.
Yeah, he's going to win it now.
That's good, man. That's good stuff. So I wanted to mention that. And a Canadian is among the first people to take a private flight to the International Space Station sometime early next year. 6 people who paid $55 million each will launch from Kennedy Space Center aboard SpaceX Dragon.
Elon Musk's.
Which is designed by Elon Musk for an 8-day stay in space. The company plans to have 2 flights per year if all goes successful.
Cool.
Isn't that crazy?
I shall volunteer my services for that as well.
$55 million.
Because I ain't got the $55 million to pay. So
isn't that nuts? Yeah. And I think the guy's bringing his kids, so he might have bought 4 seats, not just one, right? This guy's loaded.
Well, some people are super rich like that, right? But,
yeah, it's insane. But it's kind of scary because the last few days, I don't know if you've seen this, a lot of they're testing a lot of Elon Musk's like rockets right now, and a few of them have been crashing on landing.
Oh no,
it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
I don't know,
I'd kind of maybe want to ask for my $55 million back.
Holy moly!
I'll just build my own rocket ship.
But that's why they do it. They want to push themselves to the brink. So I think that the chance that they could explode is exciting to them. You know what I mean? People who are thrill seekers like that, like. They want to live on the edge, right? What's more on the edge of exploding? Yeah. You literally explode.
This guy's really thrill-seeking. He's taking his kids, too, though.
I know, right? Gonna wipe his whole line out if anything goes wrong. But I don't know. People are nuts, dude.
Yeah. Well, hopefully everything works out well for them, and they come back and tell us the glories of space travel.
And they're actually saying that NASA is saying that they were hoping that the SpaceX and all this stuff that are going out there, that they build a new space station out there, which could be, Tesla and all them, and Elon could probably make a new space station because the old one's getting old. It's been up there 20 years now. So like in that collaboration, if they help each other, NASA never helped no one before. And now they're finally saying that let's go, let's work together, because it's always better to have a collaborative thing.
Right.
So 6 Nations, did you hear this, is working towards, we talked about this high-speed internet for 98% of the res.
Right.
They're saying springtime 2021. But they've also applied, this is breaking news, 6 Nations by 2023 to have the whole entire 6 Nations hooked up to fiber internet, fiber optic.
That would be great because we need
They applied for it. 6 Nations Council applied for the license for that much bandwidth.
Yeah.
And the whole res will be fiber internet, dude.
Yeah, we'll be flying
Fast,
at high
like,
speeds.
It's real time, right? It's real
Yeah.
time. Like, wow. You
Yeah.
don't know how much that's gonna help the workers, help people, because the future's all working at home, right?
Right.
Like people who are gonna work at home, crafts, businesses. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, our show.
Marketing our show. We could go
Yeah.
live because
Right.
the internet right now, we don't know. We can't really go live because it could cut out at any moment. And
Right.
you know, and it'd be great to go live.
That would be.
We've been getting a lot of practice, and then we're almost there.
I think we could go
well,
live. Maybe
live.
there'd be a few hiccups here
Yep,
and there. Like
yep.
literally hiccups,
Yep.
maybe, but you know.
That's right. As long as we don't eat our nice subs before the
That's
show.
right.
Our Cap and Chuckies. See, they got the hat up there.
Yes.
Beautiful Cap and Chuckies. Yeah, so that's really cool. Good on them. I hope that can work out because fiber internet, it would be amazing.
We need her. We
Yep.
need her.
Nova Scotia's famous groundhog, Shubenacadie. Shubenacadie Sam.
Shubenacadie?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Predicted in early spring, and he is the most accurate out of all the groundhogs with a 45% success rate.
I've met Wyerton Willie.
He's got a 25% success rate.
Yeah.
And but yeah, even Wyerton Willie, they gave him the year off this year, and they did the old 60-year-old tradition where they just threw a feather hat in the air, and it predicted early spring as well.
Oh, I hope they're right.
Yeah. So Punxsutawney Phil.
Punxsutawney Phil, he's from the States.
Yeah,
isn't it?
he's one of the most famous ones out there. I'm not sure what happened to him. I don't think he's seen.
He's the one from
I think he's
the actual
predicting 6 more
Groundhog
weeks.
Day, right?
I think
the
he's
Bill Murray movie.
Yeah, he's predicting 6 more weeks of winter, but that's out there
That's in
though.
the States.
That's the States.
Yeah.
So here we're gonna have early spring.
Heck yeah.
Celine Dion, I thought this was really cool. Celine Dion, an amazing Canadian singer,
Right.
has been proudly promoting her son Renee Charles' new music online. The 20-year-old released a 5-song EP titled Casino 5 on Apple Music. And she was quoted as saying, "It touches me so deeply that one of his passions is also mine." Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome. Like, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, they say usually. So
That's amazing.
it's not surprising, really, that her offspring would be a singer.
Right.
Like, her husband, I believe, was a music producer, right?
Right.
So,
And he knew the business inside and out, right?
So this kid probably grew up
He's got to be a mogul.
around music. So, yeah.
He's got to be a mogul. He knows the business side and the music
Right.
side. But apparently, I guess he didn't tell his mom. He just, when it came out, like she had to find out like everyone
Oh,
else.
really?
Yeah. He was
Well, that's even better
just
then,
working
I guess,
on it on
you
his
know?
own. Like,
So he's not...
he's not using
Not
her
using
money
her,
and
yeah.
her contacts, and you know he wants to carve out his own thing, which a lot of young people do want to do.
Right.
You know, but I'm sure he recognizes that Celine.
Oh, yeah.
And his dad Renee, who passed away, right?
Right.
Paved the way for him, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's really cool. If you want to go check that out, check him out.
I think I will check it out
Yep.
just to see how...
And then tell me what
how
you
it
think.
goes.
Maybe we will. Maybe we'll review that. It'll be the first Harv's review. We'll review that
Yes.
freaking album, man. That EP.
Yeah.
Renee Charles. I'm serious.
In
Let's do it.
collaboration with the cannabis I check out.
That-
You know, they
Oh, that would be awesome. That's just what you should do, man. Review songs and stuff with that cannabis.
Right.
And it will just elevate everything.
oh, man.
The idea is.
Stay tuned.
This is really exciting. The Zack Snyder cut of Justice League finally has a release date. It will be airing on Crave Thursday, March 18th, 2021. The movie features Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and more. Snyder said the first film, finished by Joss Whedon after he had to step away from the first one, was only about a quarter of what he planned, right? Like, it changed so much because obviously a director is going to want to do it his way, not someone else's,
yeah.
right? So, so he said that his new cut is more of what he wanted, and it follows in line of his 2013 Man of Steel and 2016 when he put out Batman versus Superman, which was an awesome movie.
Right.
He was allowed to do, I guess, $20 million worth of like reshoots, and he bring back Jared Leto as
the
Joker.
Joker.
Yeah, so it's like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. And it's going to be viewable as either a one full 4-hour movie
Right.
or 4 1-hour
Which is so
episodes, which is
cool.
awesome.
Like, how cool is that, man? That you can watch it either way you want. You can watch it all at once if you want for a
Right.
4-hour movie, or you can just do it like you
I'll
said.
probably just binge her.
Everyone's probably going to binge it, man.
Because you know when you just watch that first one, and then the end of that first one, you're like, oh, you got to watch the next
You
one. now.
gotta.
So, yeah, binge it.
Binge it, baby. Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait. CBC released a statement. This is really unfortunate, saying that they will not be going forward with production of season 2 of Trickster after the Michelle Latimer controversy. That's sad, eh?
That is sad. You know, like they're acting as if there's not another person that would be able to take up the reins.
Yeah.
You know, it might be a little bit of a different show.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they could stick to the main plot with the main characters.
The one platform that we had that featured an indigenous, that could be an indigenous director, producer, and actors, like they canceled it just because they think they're trying to do the right thing. But this is one of those cases where it's like they should have forged on with, you said, like another director or something, you know. And it's just unfortunate. Look at all the actors; those great
They could have
indigenous
got
actors.
like Gary Farmer.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
ask Gary Farmer to direct.
Totally. There's so many people. Jennifer Podemski.
Right, Jennifer
what I mean?
Podemski.
She would have done an amazing job.
Get Jennifer Podemski at
come on, man.
100%.
Like, duh. Like, I just don't get it. I think they're trying to be sensitive, and I think they're trying to avoid controversy. But to me, all it is just eliminating a fire that was starting to brew that involved indigenous people. Now it's not there. So now that platform's gone.
Yeah.
So for me, that is sad, dude. It's a sad day. And there's an online petition going right now to
reinstate the
CBC
show,
to get
or?
them reinstated. So maybe we'll have to start going signing.
Yeah, maybe we
we'll
should
have to
share a
help.
link on our
Facebook
site
page.
as well.
Yeah, and make sure that we can try and get that back on, man.
Right.
Yeah. Jennifer Podemski. That would be amazing.
Yeah, Jen, she'll do it up.
The Super Bowl we talked about is this Sunday.
Yes.
February 7th at 6:30.
Super Bowl Sunday.
The Weekend, famous superstar, pop superstar,
Yes.
The Weekend, has reportedly, he's doing the halftime show, right? But I guess he's spending $7 million of his own money to make sure that his halftime show is like popping.
That's unheard of.
Isn't that nuts?
Wonder how much money they're paying him.
It's not much. I think
like-
because of the exposure, like they're like, you should be happy to do it, right?
Right.
Because you're gonna have how many people watching you? You know what I mean? That's huge.
Hundreds of millions.
It's the biggest advertising spot in the world, right? In history, right? So he's spending his own money to make sure he's good, and he's also going to do it entirely live, which doesn't happen. People usually
Last time I remember
right?
people doing it live was like maybe Aerosmith or the Red Hot Chili
Right.
Peppers because they're actual bands.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like Beyonce or
and it's all
J-Lo and
tracked and choreographed, all
Right.
pre-taped, right?
Right.
Amazing.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be cool.
Toronto boy at that.
Toronto boy, right? It's
Yeah.
so huge. Wayne's World is set to make its return for an Uber Eats commercial
Another
during
Toronto boy at
during the
that.
Super Bowl. Yeah, Mike Myers
Yeah.
and Dana Carvey. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool. And this is really cool. They said they're going to sell 1.4 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday.
From Miracle Man's.
Miracle Man, it's only in it.
Yes.
Oh man, I just think that's crazy. And the Leafs are 7-2-1 after the first 10 games. They play tonight.
Tonight, the Canucks.
Like the first of 3 against the Canucks in a row. We're actually in second place in the entire NHL. Montreal is in first, if you can believe
Good
it.
heavens.
They're a kicking butt.
Good heavens.
And
Like,
they
I'm
have-
not a Montreal fan, but good for you, Carey Price.
And not only that, the people they bring in, that Tyler Toffoli, the free agents, and
Yeah.
the Anderson, holy man, they're lighting it up.
Suzuki.
Yeah, that kid.
Yeah.
He's a homegrown guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So they're doing really well. And the Raptors are slowly making their way back to 500 after that dreadful 2-8 start.
Freddie Van
Yeah. Can you imagine? Did you watch that game?
I seen the highlights.
I was so
didn't
happy
watch
that I
the
watched
whole
it.
game, but
I
I was
watched
like,
it.
"Wow."
I couldn't believe it, dude. It kind of stuck out to me because at the halftime, just when they were shooting the commercial, that guy was like, "Oh, Van Fleet, 28 points," and I was like, it can't be, because that's usually what you get after the whole game,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
It was at halftime, 28 points.
Yeah.
And he finished with a franchise record, 54 points.
54 points. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Some teams only score 69 points in a whole game, like the whole team
Right.
in the NBA. Literally, they can get beat 80-69. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had 54 points
I
on
watched
his own.
I watched the game years and years and years ago when Kobe scored like 80 something
81,
against the Raptors.
81 points, yeah.
I
always
watched
watched
that
that
game
too.
and I was like,
I couldn't
what?
believe it.
Yeah.
And he wasn't trying to do it either. It's just the
No.
way it worked out, and the ball would come to him. And
Yep.
Same with Freddie Van Fleet. He said he wasn't trying. It's just the way it happened.
Just, yeah,
the
just the
ball was
bounces were
flowing
going,
and
I
going,
guess.
and he was extremely efficient on the 3 points. I think it was like 11 for 14 from 3-point distance.
That's 33 points right there.
Isn't that insane? 9 for 9 from free throws.
Nice.
Holy man, kid had an amazing night. So, and he's the highest scoring non-drafted player in the history of NBA. So
Awesome.
that's pretty darn cool. And I thought this was cool after too. DeMar DeRozan, who he beat the record, he had the 52 points before he got beat by Van Fleet. Tweeted out after the game, "Congrats to my brother Freddie V. Kyle the old ass couldn't do it. Kyle the old ass couldn't do it. Kyle Lowry
Yeah,
referring
him and
to."
DeMar were like
One and
best
two,
buddies.
best
yeah.
buddies, yeah. So that's really cool. He's got to get chirp Kyle Lowry too a little bit
Yeah.
there. Really neat. And this is really cool. Six Nations is in the running for 2021 Craft Hockeyville,
Yes.
man. And I shared a post on my Facebook, and it's got almost 300 shares.
Yep.
We need everyone not to just share it on Facebook because I don't think Craft sees it. They have to get on that site.
I think they got to go on the Craft site and put either a photo, a story or a comment.
Yep.
Something.
Brag up Six Nations.
Yeah.
Tell them how important it is, like watching your dad play hockey and having your sons and daughters play there. And
even if you just got to say how awesome the arena fries and gravy are.
Yeah, we just need everybody. Yeah. I was thinking if those 300 people that shared my poster all said something, then we'd be in the running, man. Like we got till February 14th to go there and just praise up the community, the fries, the arena.
Yeah.
Share all
our community.
Share all your photos. You know what I mean? Of all the great games and stuff that you have on your phone. Like the more the better. I think everybody can do 5 photos each, and they count for points. So that'd be like 15 points you can get our community if you went and did 5 photos. And then there's even more for the story too.
And if we win this, it's a $250,000 towards arena upgrades and an NHL game.
Because of the Canadian division this year.
Oh yeah,
it'll have to be 2 Canadian teams because they won't be able to cross. But
it could be Toronto and Ottawa.
Yeah, it could be Toronto, Ottawa,
Toronto Montreal.
Winnipeg. Vancouver, who cares? It could be Calgary and Vancouver, and I think we'd still like it, right?
I wouldn't care who it was.
I know, because we get to see Kachuk and, right at the Gaylord Palace Arena, dude.
Right.
So,
and it would be limited just community members who are allowed to come to the game.
That's right. Just Six Nations fans, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited. And I'm so, I just want to encourage everyone to make sure you go to that Craft Hockeyville. And it's really easy. Go to crafthockeyville.com.
Yep.
Then you can search for the arena. You type in Gaylord Palace Arena. It'll take you to the site.
Yep.
And just put your story in and pictures, and it takes literally 2 minutes, man.
Right.
And you can help us win an NHL team game.
Yeah, let's do this for our community.
And some upgrades. That arena needs an upgrade. It's 50 years old, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that would be awesome for our community.
Community pride, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. So thank you guys so much for joining us again. We had another great chat.
Yes.
As always, Harv. I'm looking forward to, we got some good stuff in the works for future guests. We're trying to reach out to some really great people. And I'm just excited because it just keeps growing. And we want to get our music going. We're going to get our Harv reviews going.
Yep.
We got lots of stuff in the works. So thank you guys. Make sure you just keep coming back and watching us and sharing and liking.
Stay tuned.
And we thank you so much to Cap'n Chucky's and Miracle Man's. We just appreciate your support of Indigenous content. It's so important and vital. So thankful. Another great week, man. We'll see you again.
Man.
Take it easy, guys.
It's the Harv and Jace show.